What's up, everybody? It's Josh here with Basement Level Magic. We are going into another Battle for Zendikar draft. We pulled a pretty decent one there, Ruinous Path. That is, I think, one of the better cards in Constructed. I don't know how it's going to be here in draft. I have a feeling I'm going to take it, so I'll click on that. I am checking if it's worth any money. That does matter, you know. Otherwise, we've got Tunneling Geopede, which I do believe is pretty dang good. Valakut Invoker is okay. Plummet is a sideboard card. Herald of Kozilek is awesome if you're going into a red-blue devoid kind of deck. Courier Griffin is very good as well. Personally, my style, I would be looking probably at the Tunneling Geopede or the Courier Griffin. Probably the Tunneling Geopede, but I'm going to go ahead and take the Ruinous Path. I've done a couple black drafts so far. One was the life gain deck, and one was the green-black tokens deck, which if you watched it, it was pretty awful. Not going to lie, I did terrible in that one. I think I'm just going to go ahead and grab some more removal, though. Demon's Grasp. Otherwise, we could look to go with red-black devoid kind of deck, which I have not done yet. I kind of like the idea of trying another new archetype for myself. I don't like forcing myself into two colors at this time, though. So I definitely think Demon's Grasp is probably the better option for us. Alright, here we've got Bone Splinters we're not looking to do yet. Cryptic Cruiser, that is a devoid card. You can kind of a little draw card. Otherwise, we've got Shatter Skull Ally, Grave Birthing, where you can make an Eldrazi spawn token, draw a card. Not quite what I'm going for. We have Unnatural Aggression, which is a pretty decent fight card for green. I think for me it's between Cryptic Cruiser and Shatter Skull Giant, just because I've had some pretty good luck with the allies, but I think I'm gonna go with the blue-black. I have not done blue-black yet, and so we'll try to go for a blue-black devoid kind of deck. I do like Silent Skimmer. I feel that card's very strong. Rush of Ice I think is a decent trick. Tightening Coils is definitely something that we'll look for to come back. Swarm Surge will be a key part for us if we can get a lot of spawn tokens, but I think Silent Skimmer is just probably the better card here for us. It's devoid, and it's really hard for your opponent to kill, and it just gets in for 2 damage no matter whether they have blockers or not. Plus it's in black, which we are. Here, Spell Shrivel is definitely decent. It's a counter spell. Calastria Healer. I actually did a white-black life gain deck today. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to record it because I had a dentist appointment and I knew I was going to run right up to the end of it, so I didn't want to rush it. Let's take this. We're not necessarily blue yet. Otherwise, Rune Processor is definitely a card that makes it worthwhile if we are definitely going in the blue-black deck. But I don't think we've seen enough blue to push us that way. So let's take the black card. Alright, so here, got some good white cards, good black cards. Once again, I'll probably take the Calastria Healer. I would be happy to end up in a black-white allies life gain deck again. So I can show you guys what I was talking about there. Outside of that, we've got Bone Splinters. Boiling Earth would be a pain in the butt if we end up with a bunch of 1 toughness creatures. But we're not looking to be red right now. Let's take the Calastria Healer. Alright, so I mean, we could just go ahead and stay black. We don't have our second color just yet. I'm not super impressed with Felidar Cub. Shatterskull Recruit, once again, I do think is a fine pick. And it is an ally, so it actually works with the healer. It, being double red, though, is kind of difficult. I'm tempted to just take the sludge crawler and stay hard into black. Alright, so McKinley Slide Runner is definitely a very good card that we would definitely want in a red-black deck. I don't think we've seen enough blue to make us think that blue-black is open, unless we ended up with Oracle of Dust, which put a card in an opponent's... Okay, draw a card, discard a card. It is 3/5. I think I'm just going to stay black and see what... Hopefully we'll end up just getting all the black cards. Courier Griffin is definitely the best card in this pack. Take that and we'll see. Nurkana Assassin, we'll definitely go with that. So we've cut black really hard, and that was kind of what we were going for there. Kitesail Scout, if this was an ally, I would take it, just to trigger our healer. But I think... Yeah, I don't know if Grave Birthing is worthwhile. I'd almost rather have a Dutiful Return or Sandstone Bridge. I think Dutiful Return. Alright, Mortuary Mire for sure is a hands-down pick for us here. We'll grab the Inspired Charge just in case we end up in white. It definitely looks like people have cut blue from us. We didn't have a ton of much blue cards at all. Alright, so that late Courier Griffin gives me an idea that white could definitely be our second color. And if we are doing that, we really want to go for that life gain style, which Nurkana Assassin and Calestria Healer help with that one. Alright, we got a Smothering Abomination. It is devoid flying. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice a creature. Whenever you sacrifice a creature, draw a card. I know people are talking about it being very good. I just have a hard time. I don't quite understand the I guess it's a flyer, which, yeah, 4/3 flyer for 4. That makes sense. I feel like we kind of have to take that. I don't want to sack a creature. It is nice that you get to draw that card, though. Otherwise, we're looking at Gideon's Reproach, Makindi Patrol. That will trigger our ally triggers. Because I don't think we're going to be in the Cryptic Cruiser, but we're not necessarily in Courier Griffin either. So let's grab the black card. Alright, so we do have Mindraker, which would be able to get your opponent to discard a card if they have one in exile. Wavewing Elemental, I do feel is a very strong card. The Landfall, it's just the biggest flyer out there. Spawning Bed is definitely an option for us. Otherwise, Snapping Gnarlid is probably the strongest card in this pack. Geyserfield Stalker having Menace is really strong, and it's a 5/4 if you can trigger the landfall. Otherwise, Eldrazi's Devastator is just the biggest thing out there for the most part. Tough pick. I think I'm going to stay neutral. I want to grab the Eldrazi. Alright, so Benthic Infiltrator. That might be what puts me over. You know, we're not seeing the white cards in this pack. Actually, Calestria Nightwatch is the card I think I want to go with. Personally, I like the life gain deck, and I like the idea of it. I'd love to try it more. So let's take the Nightwatch. It's also the best card in black. We are staying black. We could... Oh, wow. We could take another Calestria Healer. We could end up in a almost mono-black mono black allies would be sweet if we could end up with it. So we are looking for allies. There's not a ton of black allies though. Demon's Grasp is probably the best card in the pack, but let's go for synergy because I've learned that in this format, synergy is super important. Alright, here we could look at Rune Processor. We already have one big Eldrazi. You don't want to overload too much on those. Tightening Coils is fine. Myers Malice, I think, is what I want to go with, though. By the time you're playing this on turn 4 or turn 6, actually, if you're on turn 6, you're going to probably take the best cards that they've got and get to awaken it. That's definitely what you want to do. Alright, so let's go ahead and take the Nirkana Assassin once again. And it is an ally, so it triggers our healers. Alright, there's the payoff card. It sounds crazy to say that about such a crappy card. But otherwise, Bane of Balaget is good. Stonehaven Medic is really, really good in this black-white life gain deck. So let's go with that. We are looking to get those 1/2 drop allies, generally in white. Otherwise, another Calestria healer would be really good for us. So we're looking to pick up those really low drop white creatures, preferably the ally ones. Here's a 3-drop. We'll take that. Otherwise, we could definitely go with Blighted Fen, which forces your opponent to sack a creature if you sacrifice it. But I think I just want to get the allies on board right now. Alright, we're doing a full-on move-in right now. The life gain deck is quite slow. I mean, we could look to just grab a Royal Spout and try to splash it. That card is really good, and if you can, get it on Awaken would be fine. Otherwise, Fortified Rampart is not a bad option for us. I don't think we want the Myers Malice, so I'm going to grab the Royal Spout just as a speculative pick. Who knows, maybe we'll get a Sunken Hollow in the final pack there. Alright, so here I think we'll take the, I don't plan on doing a lot of processing really, so I don't think I'm looking at Mindbreaker. I think I'll take the Geyserfield Stalker. Yeah. Alright, and we'll take the Flyer. We are looking to go late game, so we want to have as much evasion as possible. Otherwise, we could look to go with Tandem Tactics, which does gain life, which will give our Nirkana Assassin Death Touch. But I think I just want the Flyer right now. Alright, let's take Prism Awry, just in case. Just in case we do splash blue. Yeah, I'm not really looking to do Brilliant Spectrum. We'll grab the Flyer, but I'm not really excited about it. There's an extra wall if we need it, and there's another Dutiful Return. Dutiful Return can come in really handy in this deck if we need it. Alright, Shrine of the Forsaken Gods is not the card we are looking for. I do want to get Angel of Renewal. The great thing about it is it's an ally, and you gain life with it. So, your Nirkana Assassin gets Death Touch with it. We'll hope to pick up more ally, synergies with this life gain thing. So, otherwise, Ulamog's Nullifier is a very good card. Hagra's Sharpshooter, I would love to see this card come back around to us. That would be a really good one. Gideon's Reproach would be great. I'm really expecting probably the Assassin to come back, though. So for right now, we'll just grab the Angel of Renewal. And I'm pretty excited about that, actually. It's got flying, it's got life gain, and it's got an ally. It is an ally, so... some of the cards right now that we are questioning whether we want, probably the Geyserfield Stalker. I'm not sure about the Myers Malice, but one of them might be okay. Some of these cards do not have a lot of synergy with our deck, and we may not end up playing them. like Sludge Crawler for 1. Alright, when it dies, put a 1/1 token on the battlefield. Alright, Myers Malice, not what we're going for. Dominator Drone is probably the better card for our deck. Otherwise, Felidar Cub does give us an early creature, and it's able to destroy an enchantment for us. We could look to do Tandem Tactics, but as we saw in the last pack, they come back around pretty easily. The Dominator Drone is probably the best card. Otherwise, we just take the Carrier Thrall, because it's a 2/1 for 2. It's an early creature. Just gets us out on the board. Ugh. Yeah, let's grab that. I'm not sure what we'll end up doing with it. Alright, Unified Front is a card worthwhile, but Courier Griffin is definitely what we're going for here. We want that little bit of life gain. We want that evasion. Woo! Munda. Wow, somebody... Alright, Munda is very good. If you haven't seen all of our red-white drafts, you should check them out. We do have a Munda deck in there. Sheer Drop is probably the best card in the pack. It's got removal, Transgressive Mind. That's a very strong card. You can take your opponent's largest creature, or whatever thing you have troubles dealing with. Core Castigator, I would love to get that card. I think I'd just go ahead and take the Sheer Drop. Having the outright removal is something that we could really use. Alright, so we're looking between Narcana Assassin or Cliffside Lookout. Cliffside Lookout is not a great card, but it works well in this deck with our Calestria Healers, which gain life. Our Narcana Assassins then get Death Touch. Our Calestria Nightwatch then get Flying. These are all connected, and you absolutely need to watch for that stuff. Yeah, I think just an early allied easy drop is what I want to do here. I don't think we're looking to do Infuse with the Elements. That's a really strong combat trick, though. Snappy Gnarlid, I think, is the best card here. We're just going to take that out of it for our opponents. Yeah, we're not looking for the Devoid creatures right now. We're not processing stuff. Core Blade Whirl, there we go. That's a card we really want. I would love to get Calestria Healer, but getting First Strike on for our allies or for all of our creatures is going to be pretty big, and it's going to turn on our Calestria Healer. I would almost rather take the Healer, but Core Blade Whirl is just too much better. I don't know if that made sense what I was saying there. We'll take the Hagra Sharpshooter. Stonehaven Medic is definitely worthwhile, but I think just being able to pick off our opponent's Scion tokens is what we're going to go for here. Otherwise, Ondu Rising is worthwhile. But I want the Sharpshooter. Alright, so we do have one Sharpshooter, and it's an ally, but I would rather... Yeah, I'd rather have the third Narcana Assassin than the second Sharpshooter. Alright, let's take the Tandem Tactics here. Alright, so we could look at Inspired Charge or Unified Front. I think Unified Front is just better, and it produces allies. Sweet. Core Castigator came back around. Alright, and we did get that other Narcana Assassin. Get Infused with the Elements out of there. Alright, so I feel like this deck, it did come back around. A few cards we can probably already cut. We are in 2 colors, so I don't know if Unified Front is worthwhile, but it does it does produce allies, which is something that we're going for. Sludge Crawler is an easy cut right now. Carrier Thrall, that just doesn't go with the synergy. We're trying to just make the most synergistic deck we can. Ferocious Null, I'm a big fan of, but I'm not sure if we're going to play it. Smothering Abomination, this is definitely a card that I'm not sure if that's going to be the way we want to go. I want to make sure that I play my Mortuary Mire. Oh, come on. This deck tends to go pretty long games, so that's why I do kind of want to have the Eldrazi Devastator in our deck. Yeah, I don't think Unified Front is the card for us. The other question is whether we want Mire's Malice. I do like the combat trick. I think I like Mire's Malice over the Tandem Tactics if we were looking to cut that. McKinney Patrol, I like that for its ally synergies. I don't think... Question is whether... I mean, is Silent Skimmer better than Courier Griffin? Probably not. So we need to cut a couple more. Stonehaven Mech, I do want in this deck. It looks awful, and it's not an ally, but just being able to not ping your opponent, but ping yourself for life gain is really important. Because it turns on your Calestrian Nightwatch, it turns on your Assassin. I don't know, I might just not want the Smothering Abomination. This is probably... Oh, it doesn't feel right to do it, though. I mean, we could... It's tough. I do like pretty much all of my creatures. Maybe the Eldrazi Devastator just doesn't fit. So we're down to 17... yeah, we're down to 23. We could just run 17 lands because we are pretty low on the curve. And we're not playing landfall. So we're not exactly looking to do that. We only have 3 cards over 4 drop. Yeah, I'm going to try the 17 lands. I'm going to even them out a little bit, and then I'll cut my swamp, bring in my Mortuary Mire. Yeah, I think we'll go with this. Alright, so if you want to see how this goes, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you in round 2.